Hey guys, it's CJ. I'm doing a video for my YouTube channel, which as of yet has no followers, probably because I have no technical uh, wizardry. Speaking of wizards, here's a wizard. This is Doctor Strange. He's featured in this movie that I just saw, Spider-Man Far From Home, and I'm going to do a review of that because I just saw the movie. It was pretty good. Uh, there were some there were some things about it. That I would have maybe done differently, but then again, I'm not a producer or director or writer or actor of these movies. So let's see what's up. Watch a bit of the. We'll watch a bit of the trailer and then I'll come back.
Strange. Don't cast that spell. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, Kay, some people still know. So MJ's gonna forget about everything they've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
All right. So I just wanted to. That is basically that's the plot of the movie in a nutshell. Uh, those of us who watch these movies, we know that in Spider-Man Far From Home, uh, uh, he was like at the end of the movie, he was kind of like outed as Spider-Man, so to speak. So uh, there's a little bit of subtext there, you know, uh, but you wouldn't recognize it unless you've ever had like a secret that you didn't want to come out that came out or something like that, or lived with some sort of a fear of a secret coming out, whatever that may be. Uh, Whatever, but there's that subtext, there's always that subtext with the superhero movie that has like a duality or whatever, and boy is there some subtext in this movie, uh, and it's kind of like in your face subtext, like it's subtext but you'll have to know it. Do you know, like um, yeah. So I'm not going to spoil that, but there's a scene in this movie. If you watch Spider-Man: No Way Home at the theater, you wait to come out, you'll eventually see it. You will catch the subtext in this one particular scene, not the one that's just been shown here. But anyway, yeah, this movie pretty much follows. It pretty much follows the Spider-Man movie, beginning from the the Millennium, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie going forward. I mean, it's kind of like a greatest hits of all that kind of stuff. Like it's what happens. He and Mysterio, the villain in the last movie or whatever, kind of outs Peter Parker as Spider-Man, and basically in the, I don't know why it's such a controversy at that point, because this universe has already had the Avengers. They've been blipped and they just got brought back from a blip. I mean, these are people who saved uh, uh, half of the known universe, and the world knows it. Now there's Jameson is in here, the newspaper reporter, and I guess he's kind of like driving some conspiracy theorist or whatever. But yeah, because of there's like I don't know, like instead, like how quick they forget that half of them were gone uh, just a few months ago in this timeline, and because this is right on the heels of like Peter Parker Far From Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, took place immediately after they were brought back from the blip, uh, or very shortly after that. And then this one takes place immediately after that when they come home, so they're dealing with that and college admissions and everything like that. So it's like, there's some inconsistencies in the story plot that would require some, um, um, what's the word? Yeah, not so much suspension of belief because you have to do that anyway to enjoy these movies, but you have to sort of like realize that there's some creative license that's being taken with the timelines, because uh, we would still be in the first the shock of of the heroes for one thing, but then realizing that they've got the power to uh, be gods and take out half of the universe, you know, or bring it back, whatever. But this is, you know what I mean? And this is still pretty recent, but that's, and there are unmasked or unnamed heroes all throughout this Marvel universe here, in particular this one, because we're dealing with the multiverse. I'll get with that in a second. But so why would Peter Parker suddenly be on the receiving end of all the bad press because he is Peter Parker? I know one guy, uh, uh, but yeah. Anyway, um, you know, uh, there's something else that's inconsistent, and that is the Doctor Strange character, his personality here. Uh, he kind of this is a man who went through. He had the seriousness to get through all of high school, all through you know uh, college, pre med, and then uh, medical school, and to become like a leading surgeon in his field. Neurosurgeon, I believe it was. Yeah, he worked with nerves and just, I mean, yeah, like he did all that, and then he had an accident and his own tragedy, as we know from his movie, the Doctor Strange movie. And then what happened was, he had to. I did check out the clock. I've still got time. So what happened was, from that he had to go through his catharsis of learning this wizardry, this magic, the ways of magic and the multiverse and the time. I mean, this guy. Yeah. So why would he? Um, we just saw in this preview here. Uh, be told, hey, don't do the spell. It's ignore warning of the spell. Uh, well, he's always been like heady, but that was when he was learning. And then after had the experience and the danger of this kind of stuff, why would you do it? Why would he treat this magic that has just saved half of the known universe? Why would he treat that magic so cavalierly as to go about it as if he were a first year frat boy having a kegger, even though the dean of admissions may have told him not to? Something like that. He just really doesn't like. It's some dumbassery. Too much of it for him to have just been brought back also from a blip, which he was. So these are two characters that just got brought back from the blip. Maybe it scrambled their brains. I don't know. But that's what happens. And I don't want to spoil the rest of the movie. I just wanted to comment on that. A couple of things. If you can get past those things, then you're really going to enjoy this movie. It's got a lot of action. It's got a lot of cheese. There's a couple of scenes that maybe are tear jerkery, make you want to like, oh, but because there's some loss and everything like that. But also, why uh, why this movie? Why did it need to happen? Well, I guess the reason why it needed to happen is because we're now dealing with Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, and so Spider-Man is kind of being the Flash of this Marvel Cinematic Universe, that the Flash is being for DC, because he's the one that's the Flash in the DC movies. He's the one that's going to be responsible for exploring the multiverses. That's So I guess DC did do it first in the comics and their storylines and everything. Although it's not original comic books anyway. I mean, I think this is like a very I'm not really good with quantum physics, and I'm definitely not good with history and everything. But I think it was Einstein, uh, possibly with Newton. Uh, uh, you know, uh, those two, those are the guys that like thought about this kind of stuff. Uh, Einstein a lot more broad-minded about possibility. Uh, you know. Anyway, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Just for the heck of it, let's finish out the trailer, and then I'll sign off.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my animation. Just happened.
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Hello, Peter.
So we get Doc Ock. They let us know that. uh, you get some cameos from some of the other movies. They're not even cameos. I mean, they're actually pretty big roles. You know, some of the guys, some of the cast from the other uh, Spider-Man trilogies and the movies of the past or whatever. But I don't think that's too big of a spoiler. I think I kind of like saved that kind of towards it for the end of this, just in case somebody just absolutely didn't want that bit spoiled. But yeah, it's do you know there was an animated movie Into the Spider-Verse? Well, this guy is not. I didn't see that one. I don't really do the animated ones, uh, so I don't know that plot. But this Spider-Man does not go through multiple universes, but characters from multiple universes come into this universe. And you know, Doctor Strange. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel like with everything that he would be able to do, with his storyline and everything, he doesn't utilize his power the way he really should. It's inconsistent with heroics. Here he is like a guardian of everything, and it's like he's contributing to the dangers uh, that threaten this universe from everything that's outside of the universe and or whatever. So I don't know. Go figure. Oh, and there's infinite universes, of course, that Uh, so you know, uh, yeah. This movie exists, I think, solely to set up um, the next Doctor Strange movie. I really think. I think everything that's happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now, the Shang-Chi movie, if I said that correctly, and then the Eternals. Uh, I think that there's some very Doctor Strange like effects in each of those movies, and I think that they are existing primarily to set up or move Doctor Strange uh, into the forefront. I don't think we were looking at maybe would Spider-Man be the next uh, you know big lead of the Avengers or whatever like that, and I don't think that's in the cards. I think they're setting up Doctor Strange to fill that role. Um, this is set. These are definitely chapters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe leading up to Doctor Strange. Uh, so that's one thing. That's one thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They've been consistent. Uh, there have been then the slight inconsistencies. It's been due to timeline, and then some movies are lighter than others. This movie certainly takes itself a lot lighter than Marvel. Avengers Endgame or Avengers Infinity War. You know, so yeah. Anyway, I've talked for a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Uh-huh. Go check out Spider-Man No Way Home. Bye.